Hey, I'm back. That nigga you see, it's that nigga who you see on Facebook in the newsfeed. No? Like that nigga. Like on YouTube too. Of course, this is gonna be more of a YouTube video because it's a video. Holy. There's some things where I'm gonna make a video that talks about how to not care what people think. Holy. Well, first of all, I'm gonna bring up the law of correspondence. That's the so above, so below. And then the other law is the law of rhythm. The within, without. Holy. The within, without type of thing. Holy. Anyways, the sixth dimension is the dimension of thought type of thing. So, there's thoughts above, and then there's thoughts below, and then there's thoughts within, and then there's thoughts without. It's just like how the universe thinks rationally too, because rational means reasoning. So like if you go to a tree, like over there for instance, like that tree, and if it had fruits in it, then you realize that's rational thinking, because it grew fruit because it wanted you to survive. You know those other things? So that's a rational thought. That was a reasoning why that fruit grew on the tree. So that's rational thinking. So the universe is human too, type of thing. So now you have clarity on that. You realize that every thought is really the same thing. Because if one person thinks a thought, right? That thought could have been a thought that you would have thought of. If I would have thought of a cup, then you could have thought of a cup. So if I'm thinking about a cup, that can mean I'm thinking about your thought. But who said I was thinking about you? The real you. You know what I'm saying? Because just because I'm thinking about a cup, it doesn't mean be anxious over. It doesn't mean be anxious over that when you're thinking about a cup. Because when you meditate, you think about thinking at first, right? Before you empty your mind out. So me thinking about thinking, right, is the same thing as me thinking about your thinking, or me thinking about your thought. Because if I'm thinking about thinking, that means I'm thinking about a thought. You don't see? Thinking about thinking is thinking about a thought. So if you're thinking a thought, that means that's the same thing. You don't see? Everybody's like clones, because we all have the same thinking. While creative thinking is a type of thinking you use to come up with an idea or make music. That's the same thinking that people get anxious over. If I'm trying to make a rap, right? Am I manipulating symbols from my subconscious? So if I'm making a rap, then how would you be anxious over me trying to come up with a rap? That's the same thinking as me thinking about a way to insult you. No? That's still creative thinking. It's just one rapper comes up with an idea and makes a whole rap that's better than the other rapper, and then the other rapper gets jealous that rap's better because he came up with the better rap, because he manipulated his symbols from his subconscious better. That's the same thing with trying to come up with an insult on somebody. Just because somebody could come up with a better insult, it doesn't mean to be anxious over it. You don't see that? Holy, just because it sounds unique, it doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. So this is a thinking game. Like the second dimension deals with the dimension of cloning and copy. You don't see? So like we all have that. Like, so it really doesn't make sense to get anxious over it. And a good way to stop caring what people think is stop caring what yourself thinks. An example would be, let's say I was walking around with a gat. Let's just say I was walking around with a gat or something. And then I bumped into a so-called white person, right? And then like, even if he didn't know, like, that it was in my pocket, right? Like, I got anxious over it because I didn't want him to think that I was the stereotypical black. You know, it's like that type of thing. Like, I didn't want it to think about that at the moment, so I was getting anxious over it because I cared what myself thought. You don't see that? It starts from you first. Holy. So stop caring what yourself thinks then, to let it go. Like, and there's nothing to be contemptuous over. Because contemptuous means that, no, if you're in a contemptuous state, that means you're on your way to a spiritual journey to enlightenment. Because soon as you become contemptuous, right, and people are avoiding you, that means that you're reaching a high vibration. Because all these other people are low vibrational. There's nothing to be anxious over. Like, these are low vibrational, like, idiots. Holy, like, they're so stupid. Like, they're all trying to, like, come up with the best insults or the best judgment. You know, some of the things. And, like, you have to get rid of your rational thinking in your karma cycle too, because like rationality is too overrated. Like in the karma cycle, like you always have a reasoning for your problems instead of like facing it and trying to look within, like without cheating. Like, why do you have to cheat? Like, to try to resource with a rational thought, like a reasoning behind it. There's no reason behind it. It's just you have that problem. That's it. Like, stop coming up with reasons. Like, if it wasn't the original reason, then why you have to think of it? Like, why are you trying to come up with it? You're the one who put that thought into you. That's like so stupid. Holy, you'll see. Like, this whole thing is like a game. It's like an easy game, like a walk in the park type of thing. Like, you just walking around like a serpent king, like in the streets type of thing, you know, some of the things. And then when somebody thinks a thought, you don't care what that guy thinks, because thinking about his thinking is the same thing as thinking about your thinking. But if you learn how to not care what yourself thinks, then how can you care what that guy thinks if that guy's thought is the same thing as your thought? Holy. You don't see? You walk around like not caring what yourself thinks, and dropping fear and guilt and shame and grief and lies and despair and foolishness, illusions, attachment, judgment, consistence, Western science, and separation. Nah? You don't think? Like, stop the bullshit type of thing. Like, just have clarity of thought. No? Like, my thought is the same thing as your thought. You don't see the clarity? Like, if I'm thinking about monkey crap, if I'm thinking about monkey crap, and while you're thinking about monkey crap, right? Wait, have clarity for this for a second. If I'm thinking about monkey crap right here, and if you were right next to me thinking about monkey crap too, right? How is that a problem if somebody else from the other side of the planet would have been thoughting about monkey crap too? So that means that you should be anxious over everybody who's thinking about monkey crap on the planet then. So there's like 1 million people Holy. So why does it matter where the location's at? Or who's next to you thinking it? Nah? You don't see the substance of the thought? You have to be high conscious and think over your location too, if you're that high vibrational. Like all these high vibrational people, right? The wannabe ones talk about how they're high conscious, but their awareness is not spread it out around the earth like me. Holy shit, no? Like my awareness is all over, like the whole consciousness of the planet. My awareness is so big that different governments from different star constellations, like, see me important. Holy. Like, they see me important type of thing. And all those Cinder Masters, like, know my consciousness. Holy. You don't see that? Like, I could think about somebody thinking about monkey crap from Africa type of thing. Holy. It doesn't matter if they come close. Because all I have to do is, like, not care what myself thinks. And try to face it and without trying to push it out of my story. Even if I'm trying to change my belief of it. I let it be in the part of my story type of thing. Holy. Like, I just let it be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the master of thought. And you should be the master of thought too. And meditate. Holy. Like, I bend the fourth dimension. Like the fourth dimension, because the mind's a fourth dimension. And the sixth dimension I bend to, because that's the dimension of thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bend all this shit. Like, holy. Like, without caring what people think. I'm just like a serpent king, like, walking around type of thing. Like, without the ego. I'm just with the ego. Yeah, it's another good way to, like, not care what people think. Like, you have to drop your ego. Like, stop with the cloaking your ego. That's so fake. Like, trying to hold on to culture, religion, and ideology. Try to express, like, the rationality behind your karma cycle. To have a reason to hold on to your image. Holy. That's, like, so stupid. Like, that's for, like, she-devils. No? Those sugar-sweet she-devils. Like, with a large stick up the ass. Holy. Like, these, like, those niggas don't want it with me. You know those type of things? Like, they don't want it with that nigga CJ the Lyrical. Nah? Holy. Like, I don't care what people think. Type of thing. Like, because I don't care what myself thinks. You don't have the clarity yet? Holy. So that's how it goes. So, like, to put the whole puzzle together, right? Before I shut this video, it's thoughts are within you, and then there's thoughts outside of you. And it's above and then below. Right? So that means every thought is the same thought. Now, I'm not talking about different type of thoughts, like thinking about monkey crap and then thinking about a lamp. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, it's everybody has the same thinking, like the thought process. Because thinking is nothing but manipulating symbols from your subconscious. So, like, just like me trying to come up with a rap, that's the same thinking that I do to come up with an insult for you, or to come up with a judgment, or a reason. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you could think of reasons. You could think of a judgment on somebody. You could think of a fear. You could think about anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what it is, it's still thinking. Like, you're still manipulating something or coming up with a funny idea. So all you have